Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my, another successful Christmas season finished. We are now just easing on into the new year. Oh my goodness, I hope that you had an amazing Christmas. Our Christmas was absolutely spectacular, filled with family and new friends and lots of laughter. Oh my goodness, there was a lot of laughter. If you're new here, you don't know, we celebrate our Christmas on Christmas Eve. So the house was full of noise and full of laughter and everything else. And we kind of amped up the laughter and the noise level quite a bit because after the presents that were handed out, and we wrap everything. We wrap everything. I wrapped my daughter's curling iron that she left at our house. And she left it on the kitchen table and she kept forgetting to take it and bring it home. So I wrapped it. It went under the tree. Please take it home, right? If it's here long enough, it's getting wrapped. We wrap everything. So once everything was all done, of course we gave out socks, and our oldest son brought a couple of friends over that were going to be by themselves for Christmas. So we invited them with us. So like, all right, come on, let's go. So that was our first time meeting them. And of course they had presents because my mom raised me that way. You always have a couple things wrapped and unnamed. So if somebody shows up, you write their name on it real quick. That's what you do, right? That's a manners thing. That's what you do. So everyone had things, and then we gave out the socks. The socks were a big hit, and it was my daughter who got the matching green socks, green and yellow socks, and with the neon cuff and the matching hat. Yes, that was so cute. But everyone got a pair of socks, and I'm gonna pass out a few more coming in the year, right? I have that. I'm gonna do that now. Hubby didn't accept a pair of socks yet because he wants special socks. He wants the toe socks, the Tabby socks. Yeah, like this pair that I have to fix. See, it's got the toes. This is what he wants. He wants another pair like this. And this one's in my room because I have to pull up another video and see. Yeah, and darn the socks. Darn sock, right? I know people are like, people darn socks. Yeah, if you put all of this work and effort into a pair of socks and you can fix it, because that's a lot. A lot of people say socks are a fast, easy project. Now, for those that have been watching my channel, you see that I made 9 pair this year. I fell short of my goal. That's okay. I'm still working on more and the year's not over. Okay. You know what I'm getting at. So, I don't think that they're necessarily fast. I mean, this is for my hubby and everything, but with the length that I make them, I don't make the shorty socks, and for the oldest son, definitely so. They're about 10,000 plus stitches per sock. That's a whole lot of stitches to execute correctly to get the sock. So no, I don't necessarily consider them fast. I think what a reason people do consider them fast or quick and easy or something along that line is they're great for what I call stolen moments. I always have a sock project or something, a small project like that with me. And that's where people talk about, hey, I'm waiting in line, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, those moments that you're kind of occupied doing other things, but you still have your hands busy. Mom taught me keep my hands busy. You know the saying, idle hands are, yeah, you know what I'm getting at. So mom always taught me to keep busy and keep my hands busy, and I've taken that to heart. So I believe that's where the whole socks are fast, socks are easy type of a situation comes in. Now, I do, unless I'm doing for my husband, the Tabby socks. He loves these, by the way. He absolutely loves these. This is his request. And we know when hubby requests things, he will get what he wants. I will make it for him. I might not make it as quick as he wants, i.e. his sweater, but I will make it for him. And unless I'm doing something like that, they're mindless. They really, really are. They're a great project as far as that. And I think that's where people get the idea that socks are fast too, is it can be such a mindless, relaxing project. You don't even realize that I have added an inch. Look at this. I've gotten a little bit farther. I've got the cuff. I've got this. I believe that's where it comes in. But if you're new making socks and you're just starting out this year, it's okay. It's relax. they're going to take a little time. You're not doing anything wrong. You are definitely not doing anything wrong. And it also amazes me, some people just pick things up so incredibly fast. Oh my gosh, absolutely amazing. There's quite a few people, I watch different channels too, and when they picked up knitting, thankfully, and I am so thankful for them on their behalf, nobody was around them to tell them, oh, don't work on that. That's hard. No, it's not. No. They might be slow. It might take some time. It's not hard. Knitting is 2 stitches, knit and purl, and then you throw in some intentional holes. We call it lace, right? Sometimes it's unintentional holes. We call that learning. You know, so that's what knitting is. Crocheting, on the other hand, I learned crochet first. Crochet was my definite first love. Started that when I was 10. And that, if you look at it with just pure stitches itself, well, you've got single crochet and half double and double and triple or treble depending on where you're at, and you know, and it goes on up. You've got lots of different stitch names, not just stitch executions. You know, so you do make in knitting, you can make bobbles, knitted bobbles. In crochet, you can do bobbles, different types of stitches. Crocheting, you have more base stitches than you do in knitting. And I always said crocheting was easier as a first learning project, probably because I learned crochet first. I mean, that makes sense to me. I'm like, well, yes, of course it is. It's more forgiving and it's faster. It is, you know, let's face it, if you're a crocheter, you know, I didn't have to tell you that. I gave you no trade secrets. It's faster, and it's one of those more towards instant gratification of I see I got something done. That's amazing. Knitting, on the other hand, you know, especially if you're doing like socks. Oh, that's the other thing. These are socks on fingering weight yarn. I would recommend, I'll link it down below. There is a sock pattern. It's free on Ravelry. Easy Peasy socks. It is a beginner-friendly pair of socks made with worsted weight yarn. I think you're using size 8 double point needles. Can't remember offhand, but it is worsted weight yarn. And it's a great one to learn the whole mechanics and process of making socks without doing small needles, right? Small needles, small yarn, playing with that, fiddling with that tiny when you're trying to learn a whole new concept. So if you are looking at doing socks this year, I'm gonna be doing some more socks. Yeah, I had some people telling me about different groups that are doing socks in 2025. So I have gone ahead and subscribed to a couple more channels. Once I watch a bit more of them and everything, I'll go ahead and link all that information down below. But I did subscribe to some more, and I'm looking at doing a lot more socks. So I will inform you. I will share. I just want to look at it a little bit more first beforehand, right? You know, make sure that's like really cool, fun stuff, right? But yeah, I would definitely recommend, if you're wanting to play along and make socks, try it in worsted weight first. It'll make a nice, beautiful, cozy pair of socks. You'll get more of a gratification quicker because, hello, it is worsted weight yarn. Contrary to popular belief, I do know when you use bigger yarn, you get done with your project faster. This is a running joke. Bulky is not my favorite yarn. I don't have a problem with worsted weight. I have used bulky. I have. It's not my favorite. It's just the big yarns and the big needles. It's cumbersome for me, so I stick with what I like, right? And you should do that too. Stick with what you like. Your crafting is your crafting. It should make you happy. It should bring you joy. Don't do it if it's not fun, right? I mean, this is your fun time. So I will definitely link down below that pattern. That's a good first start pattern. I know I was asked for tutorials. I can't remember any offhand because I've been making socks for quite a few years, so I've not watched a bunch of sock tutorials. So if you guys have some sock tutorials, I know I was asked what some good beginner ones are and wasn't able to really help out, but if you know some, definitely share the information because there's a lot of people that want that information. So in that vein, and since I just gave away some socks for Christmas, oh, and hats, we gave hats away too, because my son had his friends over, right? They were people that he knows and everything. They didn't have anywhere to go, and we give presents and gifts, and the most exciting for my family gift is the socks. I bring out the bin of socks that I made, and the only rule is they have to fit. So everyone picked out their socks, and we know I had a bunch of hats done for this year. So grabbed the hats and said everyone's able to take a hat if they want one. You know, no forcing, right? If you want a hat, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Some alien hats got taken. Yes! So One of my granddaughters got the purple and the green alien hat. The other granddaughter got the one that had hot pink, green, and black. And the grandsons, I did make some specific for them, and theirs was that slime green. Yeah, this color of green, right? That chartreuse color, that slime green color. And there's a little rim of red. One of them had a rim of red, and the other one had a little trim of the maroon, so they got those. I gave Mommy and Daddy the hat for our newest grandson, which will be making his appearance. Yes, little boy will be making his appearance in May. So he has a little alien hat also. So everyone got to pick out hats too. And that's, to me, that's a wonderful gift. The friends might not know how special that is because, hey, they're friends, right? Not everyone understands each other's traditions or customs as far as that's concerned, and the value of that. But I did have those, so then everyone got a handmade gift that wanted one. So that was pretty wonderful. And then it was time to relax. Oh my gosh. Relaxing did not happen until everybody left, and it was pushing midnight. It was about 11:30 when they left. And that was because there were games that were gotten for Christmas. I don't know. They were down playing Magic the Gathering on the kitchen table. And then there was some other game called I'm Not an Idiot, You're Not an Idiot. I don't know. I didn't play. That was the adult children. That's what that was. That was the adult children playing and eating leftovers and everything else. And they were having a blast. So we let them go ahead and do their thing until everyone was done. And we were exhausted. Oh, that was after the Nerf war fight. So that was the other thing, that once all the gifts and stuff were done, my husband went into the other room, and these were not wrapped. These were just things that we knew we were getting. And just the Nerf guns are different than when we were kids. They're different. They're crazy. So we got one that was like this. It was machine gun fed. It's a Nerf gun, okay? Machine gun fed with all the little darts. That was for hubby. That was the biggest one. Papa gets the biggest one. And then there was two other ones that were about like this that went to both of our boys, our sons. And then the grandkids got smaller of the same things. So they had all these different Nerf guns, and there was the Nerf fight, and it was hilarious. All the adults were grabbing different guns and playing with those and shooting with the darts, and the kids were having a blast. And I got some film of it, but it's really loud. We'll just keep that to ourselves. It was absolutely hilarious. They were laughing. They were hiding behind the kitchen island and popping up and then going back down and popping up and going back down. And that was absolutely just the highlight. All the kids were having a blast. We broke out into a sweat, there's no doubt. I had my phone on me, and it tracks, whether you realize it or not, in one of those apps, it automatically tracks like the flights of stairs. I did 41 flights of stairs Christmas Eve. Yeah, I don't normally do that. So Christmas Day, we were tired. We were tired because we'd gotten up early and did all the prepping and everything else as far as that goes. And I wouldn't miss it. It was absolutely wonderful. Those are memories. Those are things. And everyone was just in different areas, and we got to talk to everyone at different time periods. And you mingle, right? So that was just so much fun. It was absolutely such a blast. And it was funny. I just realized I'm sitting in my yarn room, and I've recently done a lot of organizing and cleaning. I still have stuff over right here that needs to be taken care of, but on this side of the room over here, it's like, wow. I walk in, I'm like, what happened? Who stole my stuff? Nobody stole it. You put it away. It's okay. But it really does look like somebody came in here and stole my stuff. They didn't. Nobody stole my stuff. So it's just, I walk in, I'm like, whoa. And the kids do play in my yarn room. They do. And even if I wasn't up here to notice that they play in my yarn room, the 2-year-old granddaughter came down, and she had one of the stuffed animals. She had one of the stuffed owls. Nana, can I take this one home with me? And I told her that she could, but she set it down. So then I put it back up here, and she'll take it a different day. That's all fine and dandy. I mean, she's 2 and she's absolutely adorable. Hello, of course she can take it. That's what they're made for, except for Layla. Layla's mine. This is Layla the love bug, and I don't want to give up Layla. I've had Layla for a decade. Layla is a head. The pattern has a body, by the way. It really does. I just never made it. And I've had people challenge me to finish her. It's like, hey, are you gonna finish Layla? My husband every once in a while will get on my channel and put a comment in there, finish Layla, finish Layla. So, but I don't think she'd fit on the shelf if I finished her. Oh, there goes my alien. I don't think she'd fit on the shelf. You know, I just, you know, it wouldn't fit if she had her body, right? It'd be like that, and our antlers would have to stick out or something. You know, look at that, look at those eyeballs. Yeah, so proud of her. Literally a decade ago. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Layla I get to keep. You know, I'll share the other ones. And then the robot that just fell. This one was made by Elaine from PenguinPlace Crafts. She's another YouTuber. She got an Etsy channel. And I went up to her Etsy channel and saw this. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Picked up a couple of her little critters. I got another monster over there. Picked up a couple of them with full intentions of giving to the kids. I really did. And then I opened this little guy. Now, Elaine did send, I bought 2 monsters, and she did send an extra thing. She sent a crocheted ice cream cone, and that was a free gift. I didn't know she was going to do that. Evidently, she does that too. All of her orders, or a good chunk of them. I don't know rhyme or reason, that's her business, but she did send that, and the grandkids did get that. We ended up putting eyes in the nose, or eyes and a mouth on it. My granddaughter wanted to do that, so I helped her. But not that it needed it, but you know, hey, she wanted to decorate it. It's her ice cream cone. Yeah, so I got this with full intentions of sharing. It's mine. Now, that's not to say that if one of the kids said, Nana, I really want it, I wouldn't share. We've got one grandson who really loves robots, which is why I got this to begin with. And it came and it was so much cuter than I thought. I mean, I saw the picture, right? I saw the picture. I knew what I was buying, but I didn't know what I was buying. It's like, it's mine. It's adorable. So yeah, I got the cutest one. That's my opinion. But then again, I bought a couple of them, and she's got others, and it's not going to want to sit right now. Okay, all right, I'll set it right here for the moment. I don't want it to crash again. It might hurt its feelings. Oh, I was talking about socks, wasn't I? I got sidetracked. It's okay. I mean, it's just, oh my God, we slept today. Oh my gosh, did we sleep? We got up with the dog, because, hello, we have a feral puppy who says, I know what time it is, and it doesn't matter if it's vacation. So we did get up, let him out. Hubby made coffee. I had a couple sips of coffee, and we went downstairs, and we were watching something, and I'm falling back asleep. And he's like, you know, you can go back to sleep. So I did. Oh my gosh, today has been such a relaxed, calm day. It's just been okay. That's good. The most I did was responding to some texts and stuff, everyone saying Merry Christmas. Thankfully, I turned that volume off. Yes, I did. I took a nap. I woke up, there were 26 texts. So happy I turned that volume off. So that was really good. But that's the most stressful thing. You know, we didn't do anything. And then we sent the food home with the kids, adult children. We sent the food home with the kids. So hubby's looking at me earlier, and he's like, what's for dinner? You gave away all the food. I really did. I made a ribeye roast. I gave it all away. He's like, but I'm hungry. I'm like, honey, you're the one that told me to give it to them. He did. We got a really, really big, it was one of those, you buy it in a bag, they buy the whole roast. So we did, we had the whole thing. And I cooked the majority of it, but we still have a piece that I didn't cook yet, and he knew that. So he's like, just give them everything. We'll just make this one and we'll have it in the next couple of days. I like the way he was thinking. We're good. So I woke up and did start working on some socks. I know it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but you know, if the mood strikes, the mood strikes. I have 2 of these balls of yarn, and this is a 100-gram ball right here. And this is one of the Zauberball type yarns. Let me put the tag up here so you can see it. I don't know how to say Schoppel. Maybe that's it. Yeah, there you go. I like this yarn. It's pretty. And see, it's got whites and purples and a little bit of dark. And I don't know if you can see that picture. Not well, probably. But that's what it shows. And you can't see that too well there. That's what it shows that the sock's going to work up like. I'm like, I want to do that. What's the content? 420 meters for the 100 grams. So the yardage is obviously a little bit more than that. This is, where are we telling us? It's wool. I know that. 75% virgin wool, 25% polyamide, just a typical sock yarn. So I started making the socks with this. This is a brand new ball with the tag still on it. I have 2 of them, and here is mine without the ball tag, right? Because, you know, whatever. So I started on my size 1s, and that's what I've been using for my socks. And I've been casting on 64 stitches and just working a cuff, 15 to 20 rounds of a cuff, and then working into the stockinette stitch. And if I want to do pattern, I can do pattern, but with this, the yarn's going to speak for itself. So I'm working on it, and I'm quite happy, kind of. And I'm questioning myself. I'm like, is this working up thin? You know, a little more see-through, a little thin. You know, otherwise go down a needle size. And again, I'm using the 1s, and I did the ribbing. Let me get this a little closer. I did that ribbing, and I like the way the yarn works up. I think it is beautiful. And then I started on that stockinette, and you know, I'm holding my yarn tight, and I got down a little over an inch and everything, and I'm looking at it, and I continue to question myself. You know what that means, right? It's one of those, I knew it wasn't the way I wanted it to be before I finished the cuff. So then I finished the cuff, and I still knew it wasn't as thick as I would like it to be. It's too lacy, and it's not supposed to be lacy. So then I continued, you know, just, no, it's not, I've got this. So then I continued, and then I showed it to my husband, and I said, hey, honey, feel this and look at this. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you don't have the lighting and everything. I'd have to put the light behind. Oh, you can see my fingers a little bit. He's like, yeah, honey, that's too thin. I'm like, oh, yeah. So there you go. I got to pull that out because it's on size 1s and it's too thin. I don't understand. Most of my yarns are that same yardage for the 100 grams. It's just working up those stitches. And with that color, I mean, it is very thin. I don't have a light over here. If I had a light, you could see through it. I mean, it is a very thin stitch. So much for that. There goes that. I get to pull that out. And hubby asked me, said, well, what do I do to fix it? And I said, well, I can easily just go down to size 0 needles and just grab my other needles, but this isn't salvageable. I've got to redo it, right? So, you know, there was my getting a good jump on it. I did find I like the yarn. The yarn is pretty. I like the way it works up. And my stitches there. I like the color of it. I like that how it's swirling on the cuff. Now, what I changed with the size 0s, it's going to be tighter. Perfect. I may or may not go up to 72 stitches. I used to do a lot of my socks with 0s, some of them on double 0s because I'd look crazy. And I might do that and just go up to 72 stitches and use the size 0s and make the stitches a lot tighter. You know, the tighter your stitches are, the longer your sock is going to wear anyway. That loose sock, they'll wear out quicker. You'll get things like that quicker. Hubby's had these for quite some time. This was not an overnight thing. He's had this pair for years. But you will get something like that. It will wear a little bit faster. I don't mind when the socks get worn out. I would like them to last more than a year of the kids wearing them, but I don't really mind because I do make them socks every year and I know they're using them. They're not just, hey, let me give you a pair of socks and you just keep in the shelf or in your drawer or whatever. You collect them over the years and you never use them. You're saving them for good. Don't save them for good. Don't just use them. Use them and love them. There you go. That's all there is to it. So that's where I'm at with my socks right now. That's okay. I'll continue. I might grab different yarn at this point, you know, well, for that matter, here. At least it's on a ball. I can pull it out. But I might grab some other yarn. I might find my size 0s. I mean, I've got them. I'm not sure where they're at the moment, but I definitely have them. I do know where about 4 or 5 size 1s are though, right? So I may grab this one again. I might grab some of the other stuff and work on that. I know there's a lot of different socks and styles that I talked about doing in the coming year. I would like to do, you know, my color work craze. I would like to do some maybe mosaic socks, some color work socks, some not just the stripes, or not just the stripes. And some scrappy socks would be fun too, because I do have a lot of leftover sock yarn from making socks. Imagine that. So I do have a lot of that. And I got the Tangled Poets, they're little minis. They got some tiny, I mean, I've got my Tangled Poets advent calendar too, but I'm not gonna do that with that right now. I've got other things with that planned. But they had the little 6-gram minis, and I've got a couple bags of the 50 pieces. They're like little scraps. They are just 6 grams, right? They're like 24 yards each, something around there. So that would make some amazing scrappy socks that don't match. Because, well, I mean, I could make them match, but I mean, the insanity in that. There is that. But so making some scrappy socks, doing some other fun stuff, and playing. I just thought this was just really pretty and thought I would go ahead and work with it, but evidently it wasn't what I was supposed to do today. That's all right. I'll work on some other stuff. What are your plans coming up for the new year? Do you kind of sleep and go into a coma between Christmas and New Year? Because right now, after yesterday, that's what I'm thinking. That's 100% what I'm thinking. I do have to go to work before then, but that's okay. I just took off this week. But yeah, just trying to come up with, what are we going to do? What are we going to work on? I know what my husband wants me to work on. He wants me to pick up his sweater. And he wants another pair of socks like these because they're cool. And I haven't made him a pair like that for a while. And I know he wants them because he's wearing another pair that I made him a few years ago that are still in pristine condition. So he definitely wants another. Those are his favorite. He's kind of special. Yeah, everyone else just gets socks. He gets special socks. Yeah, that's how that works. That's love. That's love. You know, and I do say that, but I say it lovingly and jokingly because I am so thrilled that my family, not just my husband, but my family likes the things I make. They cherish the things I make. They enjoy them and they look forward to them. And that in and of itself is a massive blessing. And I am looking forward to my daughter coming on again with me. She is going to come on again. She commented the goal was after all the festivities she was going to come on, but she was playing Magic the Gathering and doing all the other stuff, and I didn't want to pull her away to add to my yesterday's video with that. Let the kids have fun, right? I mean, they're adults, but they're still my children, right? Let them have fun and let them go ahead and do that. But I do believe she has a couple of things that she wants to show. So we'll have to schedule that and everything next time she comes and visits and get her on the camera, you know, get her in front of the camera instead of behind the camera. Yes, she is a photographer. Get her in front of the camera yet again and show you what she has worked on. I am so very, very impressed. All right, everybody, with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.